Speaking of nuts, would you donate one of your balls?
No.
Just
to
one.
What? To what?
To someone who needed one. I feel like I would.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I think you can. I feel like I'd donate a nut or so. A nut or two. I'm like, do I need them?
I mean, I don't need them.
If I did, I'd want metal ones put in so when I'm having sex with my woman, it just go ting, 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 ting. Like stress balls. Welcome back to Just Weirdly Blended. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Tom.
And we're a little slow this morning.
Yeah, we had to get going real quick yesterday. Yep. We had a 9 o'clock-ish race.
Yeah, a little 5K.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we got there, the kids, I forget they do the mile.
Yeah, the 1 mile run.
They were just finishing, so we parked and then we went to go get our bib number. And goodness Lord, the line was long.
Yeah.
It was out the door.
You guys got there before us.
It was out the door.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna take forever. I was like telling Alicia, I was like, there's no way. I'd be stressed right now if I was running the half, or not a half marathon, the 10K, which is like 6 miles. I'd be stressed right now because it's almost 10 and the race starts at 10. And then they go, we're going to start. Basically, everyone started 10 minutes later than they were, which I could see why. Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of people weren't registered right away and all that shit. But it was windy.
It was windy.
Fuck.
And it was hilly.
It was
more up and down than I anticipated.
Dude, you did good, though.
I finished. I didn't stop running. I wasn't sure that I was going to do it without stopping, but it's just like every time I'd think about stopping, it's like, well, I mean, I can do. It would always be like on a slight downhill or something. Like, well, I can do this.
Yeah,
and then you just keep plugging up a hill.
Even if, I don't know. Even if it's a slow shuffled run, sometimes it's like
just keep it moving.
Yeah, I think sometimes the goal, like I know when I started getting back in shape, and this is before before Orange Theory. Mm-hmm. It was during the whole time when me and you were like actually
kind of working out and stuff.
Yeah. I ran I don't know if it was like it was a turkey trot.
Turkey trot.
And I went with Nick, and my goal that day was to just fucking run the whole time. Uh-huh. Don't stop.
Yeah.
And I was able to do that.
And that was good. That was a 5K?
That was a 5K that day.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready then and yesterday I thought about doing the 10K yesterday.
Yeah.
Which I'm so glad I did. Fuck that.
I was more ready than I thought I would be. Honestly, I did fine. I've not been able to go to the gym as regularly, and by being able, I mean there's certain times of the day I'm just not gonna go. So like my little 2-hour window, has been filled with other things lately.
Well, the boy
I'm not going as well.
Like JJ, he has practice Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 5 to 7.
That's insane.
Right?
That's totally insane. 3 days a week for 2 hours.
For 2 hours.
It's nuts.
I'm like, because I liked going at 5:30 at least.
Yeah,
getting home at 6. Now I have to go at 6:45, which is a little tough because I have to get up at fucking 4:30.
Yeah, right. You come home and go to bed.
Yeah, and I'm already a night owl, so I have a hard time going to bed sometimes. I'm like, it's 11, 12. I do that number. You ever do that late in bed? You're like, it's 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30.
If I fall asleep now, I'll
get
have
5
hours of sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm like, I can survive off of 5 hours. But man, those 10-hour days sometimes make it tough.
They're long. Yeah.
Long.
Especially if there's not a lot going on. Right?
Oh, God, yeah. I'll be like, there'll be sometime midday that I'm just like, oh, fuck. I'm tired. Especially if I didn't sleep well that night or whatever. Oh, my God. I'm just like, I just want to, there's a corner there. I just kind of want to cuddle in that corner and just maybe take a little nap.
Wasn't it George Costanza in Seinfeld who built a bed under his desk?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. My last job, there'd be times where I slept under my desk because I just wanted to see what it was like. Because usually if I took a nap at lunchtime, I would just sit in my chair and I'd lean back and I'd just kind of cross my arms and just put my head down. Vampire
style.
And I was just like, and I'd fall asleep. But there was times where I was like, I'll just crawl under my desk.
Yeah.
I remember my old tech, Rosie, she was like, Jesse, can I go in your office and sleep on your desk? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not there. Like, I don't care. If you want to take a nap.
Just passing your desk around to everybody.
Yeah, little dirty desk. Little dirty bitch desk. During the spring / like, not quite summertime, but it's still got that little chill to
that
it.
Transition period.
But then, in the mornings, it's kind of cold, but then it kind of warms up during the day.
Yep.
During the day, there would be times I'd go to my Jeep when I had it, and I would fall asleep in there because it would be like that temperature where it's warm enough where it makes you sleepy. You ever get that?
Yeah.
Where you're just like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
It's like warm. I'm kind of
post lunchtime. You just ate,
yeah,
and now it's a little warm, and the eyes don't want to stay open.
I feel like I'm drug induced or something like that.
Oh shit! Yeah, I remember years ago.
I have some smack.
I was working as a sub para educator, so I was like a teacher's aide basically, and I ate like a pretty big lunch and went back in, and they were teaching a lesson. And there were like 3 of us aides just like around the room, just kind of monitoring.
Yeah.
And man, I was like, I could feel myself, head bouncing a little bit. I kept myself awake, I think, but man, it was hard there for a minute. I had to finally start getting up and like walking around, just like acting like I'm looking at, assignments and stuff.
I'll do that at work because maybe there'll be like a meeting around like 12:30 or 1. Mm-hmm. And I mean, most people that's lunchtime, but since I get there about 5:30, lunchtime's passed. But
when do you eat? Like 10?
Kinda. Sometimes I'll eat at around 9. I'll just get a snack. I bring me like a little like yogurts, bananas, like fruits, and
stuff to snack throughout the day.
Yeah, and I try to keep it minimal because I go work out after work. I don't want to be full.
Right.
That's why I kind of miss working out in the morning because I would just go to work out. I didn't eat. I didn't have any coffee.
Yeah.
But obviously I go later, so I still have my coffee, and then I'll have like banana. I try not to overeat because nothing's worse than trying to go run and you're just like,
and you're feeling full.
Can you imagine yesterday running? Alicia, she was hungry, so she can do that. She'll like just get like maybe a protein bar. Or, like yesterday she got an Eggo. She made 2, and so I ate 1 before the run, which I was fine.
Yeah, you got to get a little bit of
She said she kind of cramped a little.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, going back to the race, I thought we all did really good.
Yeah,
I was kind of proud.
A good time.
I think, we all did really good at times.
Yeah.
Jenny was there, she and her kids.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, though. That
is cool. They cheer her on and all that.
Yeah, well, her kids ran a 5K. That's fucking crazy.
Oh, they ran too?
Yeah, they ran the 5K.
Nice, good for them.
Yeah, 2 of her kids ran a 5K, and they're not like...
These are the 2 kids that were with her that we saw. Yeah.
Yep, they ran.
That makes sense. The ones that were there.
Oh my God. So when the race started, I'm like running up, I'm up front kind of, and there's these little kids. They were just cooking. They were just...
Well, little kids don't understand
like,
the pace yourself mentality, They kind of bust out and then they fizzle.
The guy that like finished first, he just ran the same speed the whole way.
See, that's
so the way he was running that 5K was the same way when I ran that half marathon that some guy was running.
Yeah, these ultra
half
runners,
marathon
ultra runners, man, are insane. Have you heard about those guys? They run like the 100-mile.
Oh yeah,
whatever. This one guy ran the race, and then ran home. I heard about him. I'm like, dude.
Oh, there's. Why? I've seen guys like that.
I think you just get to the point that you destroy your muscles so much you just don't feel it anymore.
What are you running from?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
What are you running from?
They're running away from death, I think.
No, I mean mentally though. Like, are they going through something? I don't know. We need to talk about this. There's this guy that
I think it's true.
You'll see him around here. He might run by your guys' house. I don't know. But he runs all the fucking time. I don't think this guy owns a car or has a job. Because all I do is see Forrest run all the time.
All the time.
All the time. You'll just see me run up the hill over here, and he'll go around. And you'll see him run down 27th by where Gum Street is.
Yeah.
He'll run down that way, and he'll run up, and he'll run by fucking... I've seen him all the way up by Red Apple, but then I've seen him up by Yokes. Like, this guy runs...
Huh. I'll have to look for him.
Yeah. One day, if I'm driving around, maybe I'll be a creep and take a picture of him. This is him!
Pull your car over. get back in your
And
car.
he'd run. It's not like he's running hella fast, but he's just runs.
moving,
It's not
just
stop.
moving.
But outdoor running is like something that's
different.
It's
different
it's hard.
than on a treadmill, that's for sure. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say I kind of like the treadmill.
Yeah.
Them flat roads are nice.
I like being out in the world.
I do.
I do prefer that, but they have really nice treadmills at Orange Theory.
They do.
I really like those treadmills. They're big.
The
Yeah, they're nice.
So the ones when I was in Salem, and I guess they have these same ones in Richland, they actually go max speed to like 15.
Okay, why?
So you can do like a 4-minute mile.
Yeah, but I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
that's crazy.
that's the point where your legs start to look like they're like
just a blur.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Like a
It's like a
cartoon.
cartoon. I mean, there's a speed where you're just
I look like the road runner.
You're not really running. You're actually levitating. You know, like
It's just going.
man, like yeah. I think your legs go full circle at that
And then
point.
the screen
Yeah.
is actually that's
Huge.
It's just like a big little monitor. It looks like the 24-inch monitor.
Why is it that big?
And so you'll touch like to get your name. Hey, there's my name, and then you'll see all your info here and stuff.
Oh, okay.
When I first ran out at the Salem one, I was like, "What the?" I felt like you know when you're like new with technology and you just feel like a monkey playing with something weird. You just start poking it. That's kind of what I was doing.
Trying to figure out what button's going to give you the treat. Yeah.
And they're like, "Aren't you an IT guy?" Yeah, but it's different.
Look, I'm hardware, motherfucker.
It's hardware, so it's not like. But like,
Well, you know.
I'm a supervisor, so like, yeah, I don't know nothing. I gotta call one of my techs. Come here.
Find my name.
And
You're on the
now,
clock.
yeah,
Find
bitch.
my name. Yeah.
But no, it's it just feels weird sometimes that like new technology. Like I remember when I switched from an iPhone to Android when me and Alicia got together. Oh my God, I felt
It's like
I
night
felt
and day.
stupid.
Yeah.
I actually had her help me like figure things out because she at that time I think she knew the Android a little more than I did. And so she would be able to help me and then Google obviously.
Yeah, we have iPads at work that the kids use, and man, I'm figuring some things out, but I don't use them enough, nor do I care to use them enough.
Yeah.
We use them for the kids to test,
Yeah,
and
okay.
we do a few things. Like the kids, there's a reading program connected to their testing set deal. I know how to do all that, but the kids will screw around with their iPad. Like, you know how I really hate like the key commands and the little swipe screen stuff where if you do it weird, it changes a setting.
Oh yeah.
That's senseless. Absolutely senseless, because unless you're an IT person, you don't know how you did that. So I got kids that will like separate their keyboard. It turns into two little keyboards.
Oh, what the fuck?
And
I
it's
didn't know
all
you could
weird.
do that.
Oh, it drives me nuts. Because you're going around trying to get everybody logged in to start a test. And everyone's got to take the test. So you're already kind of stressed.
You're like,
And
oh my God.
You want them to do well. So your anxiety level's like through the roof already. And then they got, one kid's got like half the keyboard up here, the other half down here. One kid's got it super tiny. Normally it's supposed to be just one keyboard across the screen. And I've kind of figured out how to like swipe it back. But there's times where it's like not intuitive.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And the eye stuff is supposed to be super easy, intuitive, but it's like,
You know what I hate about? So my last job, we use these. They call them welcome iPads, and it's for patients to check in.
Yeah.
Right. The greeter or whoever it was would be like, "Hey, did you register online? Okay, yeah. Well, here's this.
Yeah.
You can finish.
click, click,
whatever.
click, sign.
But sometimes you have to reset those because like it's not connected. So you had to restart it. But they make instead of just swiping down and going restart, you got to push this button, push the power down, push the home button 3 times for 4.5 seconds, and then let go. And then you're like, what the fuck?
That's where we're at now. You got to hit the power button and the
volume down or up.
And I never can get it to work. I got it to work one time.
So there's a generation of iPad where it was you could do the power button and the home button, right? And then let go and it'll restart. But then the newer generation, or one of the generations after that, or whatever, or before it, whatever, was the power button and the volume down. And you're like, well, which one is it?
Why?
Just
Why?
leave it alone. It's so stupid.
The home button, hold down and swipe worked great.
Perfect.
Never
What's
had
the
a
point?
problem. Now I gotta you gotta hold the iPad like 30 degrees north.
Yeah.
It's like, God, come on.
Are you facing due east?
Because they're so afraid of first graders figuring out how to Google answers for a test, you have to test in this lockdown screen.
Yeah, that's how kiosk mode.
These kids cannot figure out how to like Google an answer. But anyway,
I don't know, man.
so they have to lock down their screen, and then all it will allow is the test session. And I'm fine with that. The problem is the test system will crash sometimes. If they click the audio button to hear the question too many times, it'll freeze. There's like too many glitches in it. And guess what happens if it freezes on them?
You got to restart.
You have to stop the test. But guess what? It doesn't take you out of the respondus system that locks down the screen. So now they're just frozen in limbo. They're halfway through a test. So you've got to click the refresh button until finally it allows you to pop up their sign-in. Oh. You have to remember their login information, type that all in, get them logged in so you can officially log them out, so that then you can go log them back in and the screen will be reset so it will actually accept.
God, that's confusing.
It's insane. And in the middle of trying to make sure that everyone's testing and doing their best.
And that's why there's software updates we were just talking about.
Yeah, man.
Stupid
they need
glitches like that.
They need them. I'm just like, man, I'm so stressed.
Well,
it's crazy. It's crazy, but it happens and you just deal with it. I'm getting used to it now.
Yeah.
But
in the IT world, you get that a lot. Like, you'll get people like, well, how long has that been going on? Oh, about 3 to 4 months. I'm like, well, why aren't you saying? I just got used to it. I was just used to it. That's like battered wife syndrome.
Well, and you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I assume it's a me problem because I'm not a super techie person.
Yeah.
Which
everyone does.
It's like, why would I know that that's not?
But then it's something I always, like you tell the kids, it's like, ask questions at school because you're not the only one who's probably thinking that question. Even though in your head you're thinking, no, I don't want to be dumb because I'm probably the only one who don't get it. But in reality, there's probably another 4 or 5 of you that don't understand it, and that's normal. So be that one kid to be like, yo, teach, like, what the fuck? I don't get it. Because like for me to learn, it's like I have to see someone do it.
Sure. You're a visual learner.
Yeah, I can't just look at something and just, oh, okay.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I can, obviously, but there's certain things where it's like, I'd rather see how it's done. Oh, okay, it's easy.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's how you do that. Oh, I could do that 1,000 times. That's why YouTube works great for me.
Nice.
To fix cars or something.
Yeah, you're good at finding things on YouTube. I've tried to look up things. I've found a few things to fix, but I feel like I would not figure out how to fix a car.
No, sometimes I'll just look up the model of the car or something. When I had to put Alicia's fucking running boards on her truck, on her little car, that I was like, wait, how do I do this? Because it's way different
than engineering.
Yeah. And then, like I said, I had to look it up, and then it's like, you just got to cut everything. I'm like, oh, okay.
Take the entire car apart and put it back together.
And of course, the one video where they're showing you how to do it, the guy has the mechanic lift. So the car's he's just like, yeah, it's just like this. I'm like, of course, for you, it's like that. Like, I need someone who's like me.
Yeah.
Crawling under the car.
I need to be laying on destroyed concrete.
I did come across a video where it's like this. I think he was Russian. He was, and he was doing it, and he was using the same tool I was using. Because in my head, when I seen the first video, they're using a grinder. I'm like, that doesn't seem like. Why would you use that tool? I'm thinking in my head, like, that seems stupid. A big old grinder doesn't make it easy to cut.
Right.
But obviously, the guy's standing up so he can make the cuts.
Yeah.
But then you see this Russian guy, like, he has a cigarette in his mouth, too.
Yeah.
And he's cutting. I'm like, that's the video. That's
so
the one I need.
To pack cigarettes. And
so I bought some smoke. They were the gummy smokes.
There you go.
Yeah. I remember getting those as a kid, the fucking fake cigarettes.
That's funny.
And just, when you would have them in your mouth, you could blow, like, you can blow into them, and it would blow out a little puff of smoke.
That's
crazy.
That's great.
Other people, do you remember those cigarettes?
No, I never got those.
Your parents were like, no.
Yeah, they weren't cool.
Like, I don't know. It was just a different day and age then.
Yeah, it was.
Like I said, I could go to the 7-Eleven.
I did get at the beach. They had what was it? Like gummy red licorice. They had red licorice pipes.
Oh, that's cool.
So I would buy a pipe, but I couldn't like just pretend to smoke a pipe. I had to like eat the licorice. So it was like 5 seconds of holding a pipe.
Well, yeah, that's how, like with the cigarette, you're just like this chalky ass gum.
Smoke's billowing out of your mouth.
I'm a dragon.
Was it just like powder?
It was kind of like
It was
powder.
like asbestos powder that
Probably.
they put in there. So did you cough a lot after you ate them?
Oh my god!
Now
I got a smoker.
Now with cancer.
I know. I have the fucking general attorney warning on there.
Yeah.
What did I say? General attorney, attorney general.
That's okay. General attorney works. It's fine.
He's
generally an attorney.
you might not.
The general attorney. He kind of knows what he's doing.
He knows maybe a little.
He knows
bit.
a little bit.
He's generally.
Can you not afford a real attorney? Try the general attorney.
Yeah. Now from General Insurance, we have general attorney.
Speaking of attorney, I saw this story that I kind of shook my head again.
I thought you were going to talk about Brooke.
I don't know. Well, there is that, but let's see if I can find it again. There's
But you know, back in the day, while you're looking for
yeah.
I remember my mom sending me to the store to get her cigarettes when she did smoke. Like I could just give them a note.
Go to the dime store.
Yeah, I would just go to 7-Eleven right there when we lived in Henderson.
Yeah.
And I would just go there and be like, my mom needs cigarettes. Give me some Salem's. I want to say, if my mom listens
Virginia
to this one,
Slims.
I don't know if it was Virginia Slims or Salem Slims or some shit.
Were there
like that.
Salem Slims? I never heard of it.
I don't know. There was a green package, so it could have been Virginia Slims. But maybe it wasn't green. Maybe I'm way off.
While you're at it, I think she wants a fifth of whiskey over there.
I know. I wondered if they sold liquor like that.
tab. They probably sold like the little bottles at least.
I don't know. Different times. It probably.
Hey son, that cigarette pack comes with a shot of vodka.
Ooh,
There you go.
I'm gonna be
Tell your
fucked
mama.
up.
So I found it. This is what's wrong with the general attorney world today.
Okay.
Possibly. I don't know. I want to get your take on this. Is this fair?
Yeah.
Is this egregious?
Yeah, you can get my take. You don't have to ask if it's fair.
So this is a delivery driver has won $50 million in a lawsuit after being seriously burned when a Starbucks drink spilled in his lap
That's
at
like
a
the
California
McDonald's
drive-through. So I'm like, okay, what are the circumstances of this
Did they not put the lid on
issue? So a Los Angeles County jury found Friday for Michael Garcia, who underwent skin grafts and other procedures on his genitals after a venti-sized tea drink spilled instance after he collected it on February 8th.
Venti, that's the big one.
Yeah, that's the big boy.
Yeah.
Just in case you don't know
Venti
their sizes.
means 20.
Yeah. Congratulations, you're an idiot in 3 languages. He has suffered permanent and life-changing disfigurement, according to his attorneys. Garcia's negligence lawsuit blames his injuries on Starbucks, saying that an employee didn't wedge the scalding hot tea firmly enough into a takeout tray. And, quote, this jury verdict is a critical step in holding Starbucks accountable for flagrant disregard for customer safety and failure to accept responsibility, one of Garcia's general attorneys, Nick Rowley, said in a statement. Starbucks said it sympathized with Garcia but planned to appeal, end quote. We disagree with the jury's decision that we were at fault for this incident and believe the damages awarded to be excessive.
That's excessive.
The Seattle-based coffee giant said in a statement, adding that it was committed to the highest safety standards in handling hot drinks. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of, I'm like, I get it.
How hot was it to fuck your nuts up
How
that bad?
hot was it? No, really. I mean, I'm like, I get it. You burn your dick. That's a pretty big problem.
No,
right?
for reals.
That's a big, But I'm just like, I don't know. Like, they didn't wedge it in tight enough. Like, at what point does the litness of responsibility transfer from them to you? Like, I understand.
As you're grabbing the tray, you can see
and you can feel it, right? Like before it gets over your lap.
Anytime I grab a tray, I don't just go
Right. Well, I'm thinking
jerk it,
too,
or
like,
I'll grab it and then I'll either put like my hand like this, or if I do have it that way.
right.
I feel like if it's barely there, it's like you would know. I don't know. I mean, I feel bad for the guy because he had
too.
balls are burnt.
But it just seems like $50 million
crazy.
for like this is where the world turns into like we got to overthink everything. Like one time an accident happens, which is like a reasonable accident, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Right? Like now they're going to have to change the way, like, nope, we can't just give you all your drink, even if they're cold drinks, we can't just give you all your drinks in the thing. We're going to have to hand you the tray and hand you one at a time.
Yeah,
and you're going to have to pack them, and then we're all going to have to do it because one time they lost $50 million. $50 million
is a lot of money.
So his dick looks so bad that to get women, he needs money. And so $50 million will allow him to
They didn't say his dick. They said his balls.
They said his genitals. They were non-specific. I guess it could have been his vagina. I don't know. No, I'm trying to be nice about it because I get it. I mean, like, I'm not saying it doesn't deserve anything.
Skin grafting seems excessive.
I could see. Well, I mean, like, look, scalding hot tea. Maybe it's super, super, super hot through his pants. Was he pantless? They didn't say that.
Was he wearing shorts? Was he pantless?
Right. Like maybe he took his pants off.
Then that's another lawsuit.
Right.
You fucking. I don't want my kids to see your fucking dick hanging out while she's working. But this is just where, like, Starbucks.
You're curious about like the circumstance. Like, what's the full story here?
No,
it just seems like to negligence of $50 million. Like, how much is a skin graft?
I don't.
Like, how much would that go?
So I would take this. I can understand. Okay, yeah, the Starbucks. Maybe they didn't put it in right.
Sure,
whatever. And yeah, okay, you should know you're getting a hot tea.
You're getting a hot tea, right?
You got to be careful.
Right. This is like the McDonald's thing you brought up. Like, your coffee's going to be hot. Don't pour it on yourself.
Even when that happened, that seems stupid to me.
Stupid.
It's like, it's fucking coffee. How do you not think it's going to be fucking hot?
And you can feel when a lid's not on right. Pop it back down.
And I've gotten drinks from Starbucks where the lid wasn't on right, and I knew it because as soon as I grabbed it,
you feel it? Yeah, exactly.
And so then I had to put it on because I've almost done that.
Right.
But I don't know. I feel like the guy's partially at fault too, and he's just trying to get money.
Right.
In a sense. But, Starbucks, I could see them. We'll pay your medical bills.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're sorry.
Here's
an extra little bit.
Here's $30,000
to make it right. We're really sorry.
We'll pay your car off. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I'll buy you a new pair of 501s.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all right, $50,000 maybe. Like, we're gonna pay for your medical, so that, like, you don't need to pay anything out of pocket for what happened. Blah blah blah. And that's essentially what they said. Is they just feel it's excessive.
That is excessive.
And I do appreciate. Maybe they treated him like shit. And maybe this is a case where he reached out and was like, "Man, can you help me out here? I can't afford this bill." And like, you guys, you burnt my dick off. And they're like, "You got nothing coming to you, buddy." Maybe they were just jerks about it. Maybe they're like, "I'll burn your face next time."
I've been to Starbucks quite a bit.
Maybe.
And I've never actually come across a mean bitchy.
No, they're
asshole.
Seattle based.
I've never come across any of them. Yeah, for
happy
real.
hippies. I mean, that's I don't know, man.
That's crazy.
But okay, so like the 1990s case,
yeah,
$3 million in damages for burns suffered from McDonald's. $3 million, and they later reduced it to $600,000.
But the reason for that is because I think, if I remember correctly, it wasn't labeled on the container that may contain hot. So the reason now you see those on McDonald's, like says contents of this is hot, is because of that case. If I remember.
So here's the deal that I found interesting. Like, I was watching one of those like legal videos. There's this guy, he's a lawyer, and he's very animated, and he breaks down law, like, are you liable or whatever, and they'll be like, they are not liable, or they are liable because blah blah blah. And but I like his videos, and one time he goes, like, it was during the snowy time, right? Yeah. During the snowy time. That was a stupid way to say it, but you know what I mean.
Winter.
It was snowy, and and he was like, should you put a sign out that says caution could be slippery? And he goes, no, because if you do that, you're acknowledging that you have previous knowledge, and so if they slip, you knew that they would slip, and therefore you are more liable than if you didn't know. I was that is insane.
That's crazy.
That's a liability thing. So, like, it's like those cases where somebody breaks into your house to steal your stuff. They get injured, and then they sue you for getting injured on your property.
but you broke into my
You know
house.
what? I'm just like, there's certain like logical things. I'm like, no.
You know what I'm gonna do is if I'm already getting sued, I'm gonna injure you further because you broke into my house.
When I first got a shotgun, my thought was, I want to get those pellets where it hurts you bad, but it doesn't kill you. And then I was advised, kill them. Because if you hurt them, they can sue you. And like, oh my
So what
lord!
you
So I
wanna
gotta
get-
kill somebody just to not get sued.
So I watched.
I would
this-
not do that. But
I watched these YouTube videos, and I don't know how I came across them. But the guy after it's a gun, he shoots different types of guns, and he'll use bows too and stuff. He was like, "Is this bulletproof?"
Oh, yeah.
We'll see. All I know is a slug. Damn, that thing goes through a lot.
Scary.
So that'll be my bullet of choice.
Scary.
If you come into my house.
Yeah.
But although I guess you would want something that sprays a little bit so you can make sure you hit them.
And not go through a wall, kill your kid.
But a slug's gonna go through them. The way a slug is, though, like I've seen.
like a big hole.
Oh, dude, it puts a fat old hole. It's crazy. But he was shooting that Tesla door
Oh yeah.
for that Cybertruck.
The Cybertruck, yeah.
And surprisingly, actually, that thing's pretty.
It's
It can withstand.
steel.
It can withstand
It's steel.
some bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah, he put a lot of rounds in that thing.
Yeah.
Just different types. You're like, we're gonna use a 9mm, 45. All these
Yeah,
different-
I think I might have seen that video.
But after every video, he's like, yee yee.
Oh yeah.
I love his videos, man. They're
Yeah.
hella funny.
As it's bouncing back at you, that's
Yeah, he usually has a little protective
That's good, that's
thing if he's doing anything like
Yeah.
that. But no, I think
Man, I don't know, man.
I don't 50 million.
$50
lot.
million dollars.
Yes, I would be upset. But am I going to sue because a hot coffee or tea got spilt on me?
Right.
I don't
I
know.
mean, like, look-
I don't know if I'm personally going to sue because I'm going to be like, oh fuck.
It just seems like unreasonable, you know? Like,
Can I get my drinks free forever?
Yeah, right. You know, can you pay for my surgery and just like every time I come through, you throw me a free
Like-
one?
Skin, that's like third degree, like in a fire burn to get skin graft.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Did he get skin graft because he just needed to say that because he wanted it would just make it more reasonable to get that 50 million?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Was it dick lengthening surgery, perhaps?
did he need to
No.
get
Well, somewhere on there.
because my sister when she was younger, her brother, my stepbrother, threw because this is how awesome this piece of shit was. He threw a Nerf ball on fire at her face, right? He lit a foam Nerf ball
That's
threw it
cool.
at her face, and it burnt her in the eye, right?
Nice.
And she had this scar for a long time, but she never needed like graft.
Yeah.
She needed skin graft. And then I burnt myself with boiling hot water, and so did my sister actually, making like soup, like top ramen. I didn't eat, and I feel like that's a lot hotter than tea.
Yeah.
And it was direct skin. It's not like, let's soak through the pants and then burn my dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
That I
Right.
have a really hard
It
time.
was directly onto you.
I burnt myself right here just the other day. I can't even. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it. I see
Can you
it.
see it, camera? Oh,
Yeah,
there it
yeah,
is.
yeah,
I was cooking JJ's mitt, right?
yeah.
To kind of help break it in a little more. And I just barely touched the pan when I pulled it out. And
Yep.
I was like,
Oh, that hurts.
So now I'm going to sue the stove company
And the
LG,
pan company.
and the pan company because
Yeah.
you know what? You didn't tell me putting hot things in an oven was going to burn me maybe.
Well, that's the thing. Is
Where's
like,
that warning label?
You know-
I didn't see it.
and the warning label?
I'm
stuff.
suing.
I mean, come on. Like, hey, I don't see a warning label on this cup. Hey, gets hot when stuff's inside. Ow! I held onto the cup for an hour and a half because you didn't tell me.
That's
I'm
such an idiotic thing.
There's some things that like,
I think people sue to sue.
yeah, sometimes, man, sometimes.
Oh,
I just
stub
am
my
not
toe in your
sure
house.
how you're not going to know a tea's hot. And like, look, I feel for the guy, and I get that there's a lot of details not in here, but $50 million.
that's crazy.
You know, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, and I know Starbucks is a multi-billion-dollar company. I
They
get
are.
it. And 50 million is probably like nothing. But you got to think about what that can cause. Like you were just saying,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to now start putting drinks
Well,
in your
you
own.
think that Starbucks is going to pay the $50 million Or do you think our hot teas are going up 10 cents a pop?
Exactly.
Let me tell you something, brother. We're going to pay that $50 million.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm burning my dick.
Alex Jones is going to be all over this.
Yeah. Oh! A hot tea! Oh! That guy's nuts. Oh, man.
That's crazy.
Groundbreaking.
But that'd be crazy.
That would be nuts, man. I don't know. I don't know. $50 million. I'm like, shoot.
I'd burn my nuts for $50 million though. If I'm going to guarantee to win.
I'll teabag that hot tea.
Do you ever like get so I haven't taken baths in like forever, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But there'll be some times where I'm like, I think I was out of town once. I was going to take a bath or I was going to do something like that. Mm-hmm. But the water's like super hot. Well, hot is as much as you can have it. Anyway. Okay. But when you first get in and your nuts touch that hot water, you're like, hey, they fucking suck right up.
Yeah, it's kind of like cold water.
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing.
And you're
Either
like,
way, it's
right
a
on
very
that
sensitive
taint.
part of the body.
You're like, right on that prostate.
And that itchy, uncomfortable. God. Yeah.
Yep. Baths are weird though. I haven't taken a bath in a long time.
I haven't either. It's not a normal thing. I would prefer a hot tub over a bath, you know.
Yeah, Alicia wants a hot tub. She wants to actually get a sauna.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice. I thought about that.
Just because I don't know. It'd be cool, I guess.
Yeah, I would like to take out our tub and put a sauna in. We've got a big like soaking tub area.
The thing I hate about tubs is you're filling up this tub
and you're sitting in your own filth.
Well, there's that because usually shower off afterwards. But I don't know. Maybe it's on my water heater, but by the time it starts filling up, it's getting cold.
Yeah,
the water because it's coming out so much.
Right. So we've got one of those like big soaker tubs, right? And it's just like you're saying. You'd have to go like microwave a bunch of water to add it in.
So I ran a bath for Alicia a while back. And, she was having a bad day. She was like kind of sore, so I like got some like Epsom style salt, like lavender and stuff, and then. I was trying to be romantic, so I lit a bunch of candles in there because I knew she was, she wasn't having such a great day. And then I ran bath water. But as I'm like doing this, I'm like, well, some of this shit's starting to get cold. So I was boiling water.
Yeah, right. To go put it in keep it warm.
I felt like one of those old school, like back in the Wild West.
Ball kind of like scenario.
I had to go to a bathhouse and they're boiling water for you.
Man. What a cool feeling that would have been, though, to be you're out,
you getting pampered,
you're out in the old West, and you're just dirty as crap. You've been out in the wild,
haven't showered in years,
smelly and gross, and you rent for like 5 cents. You rent the bathroom, and it's literally a bathroom. All it's got is like a wooden tub, and you go soak in it. I mean, and you're just like in sudsy water. And you haven't even seen warm water.
How stinky were people back then?
Oh, man. Me after a weekend of camping, I could make myself throw up.
For reals.
I mean,
I'm changing my underwear.
I'm
changing my underwear daily.
Let's say really, what was underwear back then?
There wasn't.
I mean, it was like you wore those long johns, right?
Long johns, so you had those long whitey tighties.
Everything in. Right. Ooh. And then you got your just regular day clothes on top of that, and you wear the same ones every day, and you don't have toilet paper, right? Like, how'd they wipe their butts out there?
They just use their fingers, man,
in the wild, and then you just rub it off in the river.
No, you know what I think they did actually back then is you know how dogs drag their ass on the ground? That's what they did.
Just in the forest.
On the dirt in the
go out to a tree.
Yeah, they're just in the desert, rubbing their ass on the dirt.
Yeah, a cactus. I mean, just like, man, to sit in that tub.
Oh, I bet it felt great.
Because there's in Red Dead Redemption, you can do that, right?
Yep.
And that's my only experience with this.
I think I've been hearing a lot about Red Dead 2. I don't know. I've just been seeing like Leo. He's been he's been playing that, I think, again. And then someone else. I've seen it somewhere. I seen it somewhere else online. I was like, "Fuck! I need to play that."
It's a great story.
Because I got into it pretty far, and then not too far, but I got into it, and then I don't know. I think I switched systems around that time. I think that's why I stopped playing.
That makes sense.
Because I switched, and that's when I got my PS5. I think around that time. But yeah, it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. So I think I'm going to download it again because I'm almost done the game I'm playing right now. So, which is a great story.
I love the videos that people make where they'll act it out. And there's one where, because it is funny. Like I've tried to be like a really good guy, but you'll hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
He's like, howdy, partner. Pow! And shoots the guy dead. It's happened. And you're like, oh, man, I did not mean to kill that guy.
He's guilty. I seen him. I won't tell.
Yeah, that was a funny video. And that happens a lot. Oh, I'm telling. Oh, damn it.
We went and watched Theo Von this
Friday night.
Yeah. This past weekend.
Yeah, this past weekend we went and saw Theo Von. That was fun. So we've seen, I mean, I feel, I've never seen a real concert, like music concert in my life. I've gone to like the fair, but I don't really consider that a concert,
I feel like that's like their careers are going down. If you're playing,
and you're outside, you're just like, I bought tickets to the fair. I'm like, I might as well go watch the show.
Goo Goo Dolls, let me listen real quick.
Yeah. So like, but I've seen several comedians. Yeah. Several comedians. And it's just, it's cool. It's a cool experience.
Yeah, I actually thought because sometimes you'll get like some of the like not undercards, but like you'll get the guys before the comedian. Yeah. They'll do their little bits.
The opening acts.
Yeah, and some of them they're okay. But I really thought each one yesterday or Friday they were all really good.
Well, the caliber of talent that we're starting to get here, they're at a high enough level that their openers are gonna be pretty funny people. You know what I mean? Because they're people in their kind of orbit.
Sometimes you get those openers that to others I guess they're funny. Maybe I don't find them funny, or some their humor is just not my style.
Yeah.
Like if it was Amy Schumer, I'd be like,
yeah,
I don't really care. I don't find her funny. Like one of those things.
Right. I hear you.
Maybe because I'm an incel. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's because she's the lady. No.
But no, it was a good show. It was good times.
Yeah, it was great. And one thing I love about Theo Von is the way he ended it. Yeah. Like a lot of I loved watching Shane Gillis, and I thought his show was fantastic because like we got to see stuff that now I'm seeing. Like he was testing out material on us, so we got to see stuff by going to his show.
That was such a good show
that you don't see. But like it was over, and he's just like out, which is fine. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I was super happy with the show, but I was very impressed with Theo. Because he's like kind of at that level now.
He's pretty big.
Like where like he's probably one of the top out there at this time.
Yeah, for sure.
With his podcast and everything. And the time he took just standing on stage, like shaking people's hands, the gratitude he had. Yeah. Like you really do get the feeling when you watch him of he is appreciative of where he's at.
Yeah, for sure.
And the way he ended it and the positive tone that he had, that was a really nice moment. He said, he made some comment essentially like, I really think that there's a reason that we're all here together in this moment, and maybe our paths will cross again sometime in the fucher. And he's talking to this big arena of people, but there's a sincerity to what he's saying and how he's saying it. That was really cool.
That's what I like because I listen to his podcast pretty much every day, right? And he just has like an authenticity about himself. Like he's just he says some wild shit, off the wall stuff, but he's always authentic to himself. So like when he says those things, I always feel like, and maybe it's an act, I don't know, but like I feel like that's who he is.
Yeah, I do too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, It draws you more into that person because you feel like there's a vulnerability there.
But like seeing him walk was fucking hilarious.
That was funny, and he called it out. That was the funniest thing. He's walking around stage, and I'm thinking like, man, it's kind of weird, because he's always sitting down.
Yeah.
It's like, this is kind of like bizarre. And he goes, yeah, you never seen me walk before, have you? How'd you know?
Yeah, he seems short.
It's like you've done this before.
Yeah, he seems short.
I love the clothes he wears. He's a lot like I am. I should dress up more, present myself better, but...
Yeah, he was just wearing like hunter pants.
Hunter shoes, and...
No, he was wearing Yeezys.
Yeah, but weren't they like...
No, it's just the way they look. They're like a... I find Yeezys kind of ugly. I think they're made by Adidas now, but they're like a foam shoe.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Yeah, they're like a Croc.
That's kind of what it looked like. Yeah. Okay.
They're ugly. I find them ugly myself.
Boy,
but they're probably comfortable.
How Crocs took over the world.
I know, and it's funny because they were in that movie Biodome.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, no, not Biodome. Idiocracy.
Yeah, yep. To be a funny shoe. Like, to be like
And now it's huge.
morons and, go figure today.
I can't even say nothing because JJ has a pair of Batman Mobile
It
ones.
is what it is.
He loves those Batman Mobile ones. I want to get some just because they're Batman. So
they're easy slide on, slide off. I don't know. I've never had them.
So Louie, when I got the Mazda from her, there was stuff in the trunk, and she's like, just whatever's in there, just either keep it or you can toss it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pair of Crocs in there. And so for a minute, they were huge though. They were like size 12.
Well, that's the thing is they look gigantic. They're like the old clogs that
these were too big for me. I'm not a size 12. I'm a 9.5. And so, but I'd wear them outside, and I was like, all that shit talking.
They are comfortable.
These things are kind of comfortable. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, no, they were fucking comfortable. Funny. I was like, okay, they're like little clouds. Okay, I could see why people like them.
Yeah.
Alicia has a pair of Croc flip-flops. You wouldn't think they were Crocs until you looked at the brand because they look like normal flip-flops, but she likes them because they're like really comfortable.
Well, let me tell you, not for Croc, but not for nothing.
Thongs.
These guys, the Nikes, I've never had more comfortable. I can wear like normal flip-flops. My feet will be killing me by the end of summer.
I'm wearing slides too. Puma.
There you go. These guys, I can walk around in these all summer long, and used to be, here's an infomercial for you, used to be my arch would ache, my foot would feel like a throb, but now with Nike slide-ons, I feel great. No, it's like wearing a regular shirt. Pain is gone.
Yeah, I love wearing my slides. That's why I'll look for them. Like this morning, I was like, where the fuck are they? And Alicia had put them in the shoe racky area in our room.
Yeah. I lost mine for quite a while. Turned out they were just under other stuff.
Yeah, same here.
Drives me nuts.
I couldn't. I was like, I told Lisa one time, I was like, I have some slides. I just don't know where the fuck they are.
Yeah.
And we have like a thing of shoes in our closet when you walk into the house. Mm-hmm. And they were somewhere stuffed in there.
Yeah.
We have shoes in there that we probably should just.
It's amazing how when you like clean things, suddenly you find all the stuff.
Like, oh, look at that.
Yeah. It's nuts.
But man, wanting to clean things is terrible.
Well, I'm tired from the week. I don't really feel like cleaning everything up. But then you clean it up and you feel really good because everything looks nice.
Yeah, today we're going to be not cleaning so much. Alicia was talking about maybe cleaning the carpet rugs.
Okay.
But I don't feel like doing shit. I'm not going to lie.
I've been wanting to do yard work, but it's so windy.
Yeah, I usually don't do my yard work, like my first mow of the season until after Easter because I like my grass long. So when we do an Easter egg hunt,
oh yeah, that makes sense.
The kids can't find them.
Yeah, that's perfect.
We'll do it in the backyard sometimes, and then when we'd have like our nieces and nephew, like JC and Yasmin and stuff over, we'd hide them. And every year, it does not fail. We won't find all the eggs because and Elliot's been here.
Oh yeah.
We'll hide, 200 plus eggs, and that's not an exaggeration. That's literally how many eggs we'll usually do. And every year we'll do, okay, how many eggs you got? 30? Okay, you got this many? Okay. We'll add up the number, and we're like, oh, damn, we're still missing 4 eggs. Oh, we're still missing, X amount of eggs.
You guys see the plastic eggs and stuff inside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandma, back in the olden days, when we, you would dye the real eggs.
Oh, we do that.
Oh, man, we would... Almost every summer, we would be playing around in her backyard, and we'd find one of those Easter eggs about 4 months too late.
Well, that's what I would do. So I would, like, sometimes when I'm out there and I'll, like, use my weed eater or mow, I'll sit and I'll, like, see a piece of plastic go, whoosh,
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, found one.
Yeah, right.
And there'll be still candy in there.
Yeah.
It's the money eggs that I always hope I find.
Much. Yeah, for real.
I'm like, fuck, you guys found all the money.
That's a $20 one.
I wish. Oh, God, nothing like finding money.
Isn't that cool? I should just start hiding money around the house so I always have something to look forward to.
Dude, kind of finding money is kind of nice, though.
Or
when you go in the dryer and you, like, pull out clothes and you're like, what? There's a $5 bill.
Honey, never mind.
No, my mom said she had a rule, like if we did the laundry or... to get the laundry out of if there was money in the dryer.
Whoever grabs it keeps it.
I found like a $20 bill once. I was like,
nice.
My mom said I could keep it.
Then she beat the hell out of you. She's like, "That's my money."
No, she didn't know.
She honored the.
She didn't know. I didn't tell her.
Yeah.
I damn now, mama. I know. She texted me the other day, and it was she had long text. She was just talking to me about some stuff, but she was like, "Hey, did Elena's number change?"
Oh.
I'm like, "What number do you have?" Because I don't think so. She goes, "Because I was texting her before, and she would answer. Now she don't." I'm like, even if it hasn't changed, it's Elena.
Yeah.
She's not the best at texting back.
Blanca and I were talked about that though. My feeling is,
but
we
you
buy
gotta
her a
text
phone.
back.
Well, that's it. Like, we pay her phone bill.
Yeah.
So like I've told Blanca, I'm like, I'm more than happy to pay her phone bill, but if the whole purpose is for her to respond to us, if she's not going to respond, why are we buying her a phone?
Yeah, she responds to me most of the time, but there's times I'm like, "Hey, is so and so here?" Or because I'll not know Chloe's over or something sometimes.
Yeah.
And she's like, nothing.
Yeah, and I get,
like, girl,
there's going to be moments. You might be taking a nap. Maybe you're taking a shower. It's in the other room. I get that, but it's pretty consistent where we're like out of the house, need to get a hold of her, and just nothing. And it's like, girl, answer the damn phone.
It's especially when it's like, I know it's right there with you.
Yeah, right. You're ignoring.
But then I don't know, unless she's like me, where I like have my notifications off. So if someone texts and I'm not wearing my watch,
you won't hear it.
I won't hear it because
maybe she's got them off.
I don't like hearing my phone.
I don't either.
So I like notifications for pretty much everything are off because I just don't want, like, Alicia's will go off in the middle of the night. I'll be like watching TV or something. I'll send her. I'll hear her phone go, rrr, and then her watch gets the notification. It's like, rrr,
and then you're away.
Rrr. I'm like, oh my fucking
frogs
god,
talking back and forth.
Yeah. I'm like, and then I'm like, Alicia needs her sleep. So there's one night it was going back and forth. These frogs is talking, and I'm just like, oh, what the fuck's going on? But it was just stupid notifications, like, for an app or something. Because apps right away, I'm like, nope.
Yeah,
nope.
right.
I don't need to be notified I got more lives in Bricklayer. You know,
right? Yeah, right.
I'm like, I don't care.
Right.
I'm only gonna play the game 3 times, and then I'll forget I have it.
Yeah, and it's always the kids' games too.
Yeah.
That reminds me, Blanca and I had like a 3-minute argument. You guys kind of caught us.
I know.
Right before we went to our friend's house last night.
Yeah.
So it was our 12-year dating
Congrats.
anniversary. I mean, that's a thing. But it was, we had our first date 12 years ago, Friday, I think. So Blanca took this little picture. She posted on Facebook. I never go on Facebook, so I didn't even know she posted a picture. I just knew she took one. Should have known that she posted it. Well, I don't know. I'm just one of those people. Facebook just kind of annoys me. Mm-hmm. I'm not that into it. I get really overwhelmed by the idea that, like, I worry that if I respond to one person's comment and not everybody else's comment, that I'm being rude.
Oh, I get
so
you.
Socially, it just feels very overwhelming because I appreciate everybody and everyone's comment, but I'm not one to want to go and be like, "Thanks, oh, that's great," to do the thing. Like, I don't even want to be on it in the first place, but I love everybody that I'm friends with on it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, we got into it a little bit because she's like, like your aunt commented this, or like this other person said this. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. She's like, well, like, so like, are you going to say something back? I'm like,
yeah, I just did.
Yeah. And
that's
so
awesome.
Anyway, I was fine with going again. I was fine going in, like, saying something back, but then it stresses me out. The feeling of like, I get the feeling like I got to go now through everything everywhere. And make sure everybody knows, hey, I'm not trying to be offensive to you, or I don't know.
Who cares? Because they're not gonna look anyway. Half the time, I don't even know people. I'll see someone's post I'm like, oh, I'll like it or whatever, and then I'll look. I'm like, oh shit, that was 5 days ago.
Yeah.
And now I'm just
right. I know. And I
happy
post
birthday, and it's like 6
6
weeks later.
Yeah, I rarely say anything.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'll comment on like some videos here and there just to get a like, oh, that was funny. Yeah. I don't know why I even comment sometimes.
Good for you though. You're better than me. I just
like, I know with Instagram I'll do that with our account. Like I'll just be like, yeah, man, being a man's crazy, right?
Balls, am I right?
I know. You get your nuts graphed, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
No, I'm definitely like if I were a celebrity, I'd be the worst. I'd have to have a team of people to check everything because I don't know.
Speaking of nuts, would you donate one of your
nuts?
balls?
No.
Just
To
one.
what? To what?
To someone who needed one. I feel like I would.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I think you can. I feel like I'd donate a nut or so. A nut or two. I'm like, do I need them?
I mean, I don't need them.
If I did, I'd want metal ones put in so when I'm having sex with my woman, it just go ting 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 like stress balls.
I want those toy balls that vibrate when they hit together.
Fucking electrocutes me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good question. I'm an organ donor on my license. I mean, I believe in that. I'll donate my body parts when I'm dead.
I hear your family has to pay for that still. Like even though you're donating it.
Whoa, what?
That's what I've heard.
What do you mean?
Like they have to pay for you.
The surgery?
Yeah.
Well, then I'm not going to do it.
It's what I've heard. I don't know how true that is. I've never looked into it.
That can't be true.
But that's what I've heard. Yeah.
Nah,
I don't know how true that is. Like I said, this was years ago.
I'm going to say that that's false. Because how would they get the family to do it? They
like
need your organs.
Oh, yeah, here's your organs, but you need to pay for the organ or something. I don't know.
Let me Google that.
Google that. Google Moogly.
Is it free to donate?
Oh, stop. That sounds terrible.
Your organs? Yes, organ donation is free. Neither the donor's family nor estate incurs any cost for the donation process itself, but the family does pay for medical care and funeral arrangements. Well, that makes sense.
Families shouldn't have to pay for funeral. I think the dead should.
Yeah, I think that guy is responsible for that.
Why are funerals so expensive?
Because
like a casket. Like, why do I got to pay 30 grand for a fucking box?
Because they make you feel guilty. It's like they play on your emotions, you know. They're like, hey, you know, your mom's dead, but you love her, right? Like, you can get her this piece of shit casket, or you can get her the mahogany.
Oh no, mama,
you know.
I love you, mama, but you ain't gonna give a fuck. I'm getting you a pine box.
I made it myself. We're good.
Yeah, I want one like they had in the West.
Yeah, I want to go out like a cowboy, you know.
Yeah. No, actually, I want a hunter's funeral from Supernatural. I need to be wrapped in a sheet and burnt.
There you go.
Then you see me wailing.
I take it back. I want to be like a Viking. Put me on one of those boats. Shove me out in the water and start shooting.
What was that
arrows
song?
At me.
Huh? Lay me on a bed of roses.
Oh yeah.
And shoot me with arrows or something.
Lay me down on a bed of roses.
Yeah.
Shoot me in the water.
At dawn.
Yeah. I don't even know.
But yeah, something like that.
That song was kind of annoying, but yeah, do that to me.
Yeah.
I want to go out like a king,
dude.
Know?
The aim you would have to have though.
Yeah. They had like 50 guys shooting. I mean, the odds.
Miss.
The odds were in the.
You're just getting pelted with arrows. The body's just getting pelted with arrows, dude.
They rig an explosive, so at the end, if everybody misses it, you just blow up.
Body parts and fucking arm and shit.
All these guys stand on the water edge with blood all over them. Man, I'm gonna miss him.
I know. That didn't go according to plan.
Oops.
I know.
A little bit of dad to remember him by.
Oh shit. My wiener just hit my wife.
Oh my god. That's like, was it
that would be hilarious.
Due date or no, it wasn't due date. It was this was in because in due date I thought they were gonna do it. They didn't. He drinks his dad. But when he goes and like they throw the ashes, it was actually kind of like a sad moment. Because like the ashes just fly away. But have you ever watched god damn, The Dude? The movie with the dude.
Oh yeah.
What's
the Big Lebowski?
The Big Lebowski, where they go with Donnie. They go to dump Donnie, and he dumps it out. Walter, dumps it out, and he turns around, and it all blew back onto the dude. He's like, "Oh shit, man, sorry." And he's trying to dust it. Like, God damn it, Walter! God, that movie was funny. That was a good movie.
You know, I don't know if I've watched the whole thing.
Oh, you got to watch it.
Like I start to and I don't.
One of my favorite
Unpopular opinion.
scenes.
I hate that movie.
This
No, I'm
guy's
just kidding.
got
It's pretty good.
they're going into like steal the rug, right?
Yeah.
And one of the bad guys holds up a bowling ball and he goes, "What's this?" And he goes, "Obviously you're not a golfer." I love it. I love that movie. It's so good.
Yeah, I started watching it again and then I just never finished.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't think I've ever finished that movie. It's just one of the. There's a few movies where I know they're probably, and you hear they're like classics in a sense, but like I just can never.
I get it.
Finish. I don't know why.
I hated Boondock Saints. That's a very unpopular opinion, but I hated it. I couldn't.
I can't remember it. I think I liked it, but I don't remember.
Let me look up the premise of Boondock Saints because maybe I'm just
brothers.
not getting it. Yeah, but like I couldn't figure out what was the big deal that they were killing all these gangsters for.
Yeah, I don't remember. Religious reasons? I don't know. But while you're doing that, should we do the question of the week?
Let's do it.
The question of the week is: do you feel like you aren't enough for yourself?
Not for others, for yourselves.
Yeah, because there's times where I know for me, I think there was a period there where I just didn't feel like no matter what I did, I didn't feel like it was good enough or I was good enough for anything. And so, do you ever have those feelings? And if you do, like, what do you do to overcome those? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how do you get out of that funk?
Yeah. As I get older, I care less.
Yeah.
Right? Like not in a bad way, but I think I'm getting better at that.
Yeah.
Generally speaking. But yeah, I think there's always a part of yourself that maybe sees you differently.
Yeah.
Than other people do.
Yeah, for me, I'm always been hard on myself, and I think learning to not do that and being okay with like I'm gonna make mistakes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm gonna fuck up. Sometimes, and that's fine. Sometimes you're gonna fuck up, and that's okay. Just keep on moving. I think it's especially now that the kids are getting a little older. I'm like, I think back and I'm like, I don't want them to feel that way.
Yeah.
I want them to always know they are enough. You're gonna make mistakes, and that's fine.
Yeah. That's a really good point. Yeah. I do think I notice in myself having children has changed my perspective on what my parents thought of me.
Yeah.
Right? Because I always and not anything my parents ever did. I just always had this feeling like I wasn't good enough or like I didn't live up to or like my parents wanted me to be like some genius, amazing person. And I just was never that good.
Yeah.
And now I have my kid and understanding how you feel about your kid, and like they never looked at me the way that I
perceived or something,
right? Like they never wanted me to be any different than what I was, right? They maybe wanted me to like, work on my grades or do like because they cared.
Yep.
It's funny how that perspective changes when you have your own kids and you realize like you always, if you're a decent human being, look at your children with just love.
Yep.
I
agree.
And you want the best thing for them, and you just like I'm super happy my kids are normal kids. Like,
yeah,
I don't want my kid being some weird genius that like their whole life is all weird because they're just
my kids
smart.
are weird, but I like them in that way, in the weird way they are.
Yeah,
they want to be werewolves like their dad.
They're little human beings that you love them, love them, and you don't judge them the way that they think.
Yeah.
And I don't think you know that fully until you have kids of your own.
Yeah.
I just think it's a perspective bender.
Yeah, and I think sometimes reminding your kids that they are enough. I don't think they get to hear that.
Hey, buddy, you're enough.
Yeah, you're enough for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, just,
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Yep. And, it's funny. It's funny. I don't know. It's something human.
Yeah.
I think we all, because, the perspective of other people, I do think we tend to be hardest on ourselves.
Yeah. And I think sometimes the kids need to hear that, they're doing well. Because I don't know if I grew up hearing those things. Mm-hmm. So I never felt those things.
Yeah. Well, I always
just perceived myself as not good enough. And it's nothing my mom did wrong or anybody.
Yeah.
It was just, you just, like you say, you got this perception of yourself in your head and no one's told you any different. Mm-hmm. That's the only perception you're always just going to perceive yourself as this person,
right?
Because you were never told any different. Like, no, you're doing great with your life, whatever. Mm-hmm. You're always like, I'm just a big old piece of garbage.
Here I am again.
And Tom knows I used to do that a lot. Like I was very, very I had negative self-talk. Mm-hmm. And that's, something it was really hard to work out.
Yeah.
I feel like I think.
So
we'll figure it out.
This ties in, actually. This just popped in my head, but this ties into this. So we've talked about you and I are very similar in the way we handle frustration.
Yeah.
Something doesn't work our way. That instant self-talk and rage that comes from that feeling of inferiority starts to bubble up in interesting ways. Well, my boy's seen me do this for years.
Yep.
And last weekend, I was like, hey, you need to come out and help me pick up dog poop. Not the hardest thing in the world. Well, God. Elliot didn't want to pick up dog poop to begin with.
JJ's the
so he comes out with that little kind of attitude, like he's got it. He's not saying no, but he's letting it be known with his body language. I don't like this. And as he's trying to scoop the poop, he doesn't really know how to do it. He doesn't have the movement down, right? Yeah. Like I can flick that turd in there.
Like I'm nothing. Quick. I got my little shovel.
Yeah. I'm like the dicer guy that at the restaurant. Yeah, I can do trick shots, and Elliot's over there like he's getting more and more angry. And it's like that anger where I can't say anything to him because it's just going to make him like more angry. So I just let him kind of do his thing for a while. Didn't let him like stop. Just had him keep going. Finally, he took a breath and was like, okay. And I looked at him and I go, hey, bud, I taught you to be that way.
Yeah.
I taught you by the way I act that when something's hard or you don't want to do it, to just throw a fit about it. And I'm sorry for that.
Yeah.
And we're going to work on that, you and me both. We're going to try to do it differently.
Yeah, because sometimes you just got to, and it's hard because it just happens. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't see women do this as much as men, but like it just happens.
Yeah.
You go from 0 to 100 instantly.
Yeah.
And then when you have your outburst like a little toddler, then you're like, God damn it.
You get that frustration.
Like, I shouldn't have fucking acted that way.
Yeah. And that's something I really want to work on.
But those cues, that's the one that's hard. Like when you know that's coming, you can feel it.
Yeah. But it's weird how it's kind of like the addiction brain, right? Mm-hmm. Like when I'm hungry, because I'll be like, I need to eat better, and I do okay, and then nighttime comes, I'm back into these bad habits of eating.
God, I know.
Nighttime comes around, and I'm just like, you know what? It's not that big a deal. Like one more day, just and then I'm munching down this shit. And in that moment, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Then the morning rolls around like, God, I screwed it all up again last night. You know? Now I don't need the food, so my brain's like logical again. That's that rage feeling.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you think it's going to be like the good response, the cool response. Like there's something in you that's like, I got to show this cup who's boss,
Yeah.
And then later you're like, geez, or your wife takes a video of you going, to your head, stupid stuff. God. Man, I don't know. So I'm trying to work on that. I'm actually going to start therapy again.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I went to my doctor. It was like, I'm not sleeping as good.
I don't sleep good. I don't know if I need therapy.
All of a sudden, I've started not sleeping, and I told him my stress is up again.
Why do you think that is?
I won't get too into it. I think election stuff like that.
Oh,
I'm too worked up about things I don't need to be.
Yeah, I don't.
And
it's like shit that's out of my control. I can't just nothing I can do about it.
Well, and this is something like Blanc and I've talked a lot because I have always been involved in my opinions of things. Right?
Yeah.
And I've always felt a responsibility for things outside of my control.
Yeah.
And I don't do anything productive about it. I just spiral and get really worked up about things. And so I'm trying to take more direct action. Like I actually messaged our representative to just say how I felt about some things. And luckily I like our representative. But, like I'm trying to do things that are more like
proactive.
Yeah. Where I can like maybe feel like, okay, I'm doing my part for
You just
what
get it
I
off your
feel is
chest
right.
at least.
Yeah, in a way that might actually have some impact instead of just like, you know, that's kind of how I feel like I'm living, is just like, and not really doing anything about it. So
I get it.
I feel like, but I want to start getting to the root cause, you know, instead of just like knowing that I do, you know, the stuff. I want to talk it out and like have somebody say, like, I don't know,
It stems from when you were molested.
Yeah. Do you remember when, you know,
Yeah.
you don't remember, but this horrible thing happened to you. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. It takes like 80 years to get in to see somebody. So thank God I'm not like, you know, mentally ill, but
That's crazy.
I'm going to try it out. I wanted to talk to a guy. I've never had a guy therapist, and I thought maybe that would be different.
I feel like that.
I got a gal again. It's she's one available. But I got nothing against lady psychologists. I've never had a guy a perspective that way.
Yeah.
I don't know if a guy would understand that piece better, you know, from experiencing it.
No, I'm not. Obviously, I'm not a therapist, but I feel like a guy in some levels would be more relatable with certain things.
Yeah, because I went.
You know what I mean?
To a woman therapist that I liked her, and then Blanca went with me, and it was definitely like, well, now I got two gals that understand each other, and I feel like I'm not.
Yeah.
And I started shutting down, and both of them are like, "Why are you shutting down? Why?" And I'm like, "This is not helping."
Do you see what you're both doing? That's why.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm the jerk. Yeah, okay. You know, and I got, not that I wasn't. I probably was a jerk at some level.
But at the same time, like
I don't know. I was just curious what it would be like to talk to. Yeah, and like, because again, like I've had two other therapists before, and they're both female. I was just curious what, you know, the male
I feel like there's nothing wrong with that.
Would be, but no, I'm going to talk to another lady, and we'll see how that goes. And I usually don't need a lot of it. It's just a couple sessions here or there.
It's because you're a man.
Yeah.
End of story.
I'm an ass. I'm awful.
No.
But no, I mean, I think working on yourself is a good thing.
Yeah. Maybe I should see therapist. I don't know why I don't sleep good. I sleep like, I don't know if it's
I've been like
eating habits or if it's what, but my sleep, like tonight, for whatever reason, Sundays, like going into work week.
Yeah.
And my job, like I'm not stressed like I used to be. I always just sleep shitty. I'll wake up about 50 times, and then 2-3 o'clock will roll around in the morning, and I cannot go to sleep. My mind's just like,
yeah,
and I'm like, bruh,
yeah,
just go to sleep.
That's wild. Like, you know,
I start doing the math in my head. You know, like making up mad numbers. 60 plus 40 plus 80 plus 90.
Equals, God, I wish I could do math.
Yeah.
I can think of the numbers. I just don't know the answer.
So I'm like, do the numbers, and I'm like, seeing if that'll help. And like, yeah, nothing.
So I was watching 2 nights ago. I was watching Apollo 13.
Oh, okay.
Not the movie, but there's a
like a
documentary about it, right? And they have the footage, and I don't know if it was actually from the Apollo 13 mission or just something else, but they had the footage like looking out the glass window at Earth. And the astronauts were talking. They had like their voice recording, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like, you know, you look out this window and you see this small Earth, and all the countries look so small. And it just is all in that, you can see the entire thing in that one viewpoint. Mm-hmm. And the oceans look small, and all the problems seem so small. And from that perspective, you just wonder, why is it that we can't all just get along?
That's true.
And it's so weird to think, like, yeah, when you just look at this quiet,
flat Earth
globe, it's clearly rectangular Earth with edges and corners and all the good things that a flat Earth would have. You can see the ice ridges of the edges.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like
that's true.
But then
sorry.
You know, they're like you know, it's just such a different perspective. I'm like, man,
why can't we though?
It's so wild because
we just beef over everything. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, we're so afraid of each other, and I mean for good reasons in some cases.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. It's just what you get is a few really power hungry people, just a couple of them, and then they want everything, and it's But yeah, you look at this tiny little ball, this orb.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing that Neil deGrasse Tyson was doing a story or a little short about. He's like, you look at those globes right in the classroom, and you can feel the ridges of the mountains, and you can, they have the dips, and he goes, that's totally fabricated because he made it in factory. He goes, it's totally fabricated because the size of the Earth, the difference from the deepest canyon to the highest mountain is so minute compared to the overall diameter surface of the Earth that your average pool ball has more variant than the actual surface of the Earth.
That's crazy.
The surface of the Earth comparatively is flatter, or more. Let's not say flat. More smooth.
Yeah, I got what you're saying.
And it's crazy because when you look at the actual footage from space, allegedly,
it is.
It is. I mean, it's just one of the videos. It was older footage, but you could see. I mean, the clouds look so close to the ground, and you could see the shadow that it cast on the surface. And it's like if you just held your palm a few centimeters above a table.
That's crazy.
And it just looked so
fake,
smooth, and clearly not real.
Clearly made in Hollywood.
It was a Hollywood lie. It was a lie.
People are so stupid.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
It's wild.
All I know is at the end of the day, I just care about my little earth of people around me, and the things I can prevent and control.
That's smart. Smart way to do it.
You know what? There's a lot of things that are fucking happening out in the world that I frankly, I can't control, and I have, I mean, I guess there's things I could do if I was more involved in like politically or whatever. But at the end of the day, I just always feel like I just got to look out for my people because no one's going to look. Yeah, that's the only person who can look out for me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I can't. I can't trust anybody else to. So this is what I can control.
I gotcha.
This is what I'm going to work on because that's too much more stress for me. I don't need to deal with that. Let me just stress about my little life here.
No, it's true.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's true. It's true. And you can't let yourself get to a point where you start impacting your own life.
Yeah,
over broader. Yeah.
Ever since starting this new job, oh man, it's been actually nice. Better. Even though the job's been fucking slow as shit, I've like really enjoyed it.
That's good. So you don't feel like you jumped into the fire?
No, I still have my stresses about what am I doing? Am I going to be good at this job? Yeah, because I still haven't gotten to the rhythm of what I'm doing yet. Mm-hmm. So there's still that unknown, but I'm confident in, what I can bring. Yeah. Even though I might not feel or it might not look like it right now, but I think I'll be all right.
Nice.
And if I'm not, I'll just move on to something different.
Well, I'm proud of you, brother, because, like I've said before, you set your mind to it and you did it.
Yeah, that's all I can say.
Yeah. And you did it within the time frame that you set for yourself. You should be proud of that.
Set goals, put it out in the ether.
Yeah. Do what's the boards? The vision board. Do a vision board.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like vision boards, but it's cool.
Something I thought, because like I said, I've been listening to Theo. I guess I'll end on this. But he does he writes down what he's grateful for.
That's a good idea.
Gratitude is a gratitude list, and it'll be something from I'm thankful I have these toes.
It could be anything small.
I'm grateful for the clutter I have in my home because someone else might not have it, and it might be nice.
That is something I should probably start doing.
You know what I mean?
Is writing down gratitude lists.
Yeah, because what
am I grateful for? Because no matter how bad things get, you can be grateful for something.
Yeah, I mean, because there's times I don't realize what I have in my life, and I'm like, actually, I'm doing all right. Like,
very lucky.
My family's here. They're healthy. Kids are healthy. Yeah, we might have clutter here and there, but damn, we got a home, bro.
Yeah,
we got a house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
I got a truck that I fell in love with. We've been watching My Strange Addiction, and this guy loved his car so much. He kisses on it, and he goes, "But the Lexus ain't the only one I got." I'm like,
I've seen that.
My fucking God.
I've seen that. He's got different girlfriends. He takes out different nights.
Little car in their cars. Get the fuck out of here.
Cars.
Weird at. This one lady's eating fucking one-ply toilet paper.
You just want to be on
She's
television.
like, it's so crunchy. I'm like, it's toilet paper. Yeah. When has toilet paper been crunchy? Especially, well, one-ply is kind of crunchy.
Well, at some point, you're like you got to one up the last guy. So like, I like used toilet paper.
One is the guy just drinks his own urine.
That's disgusting.
He washes things in urine because I just can't trust something that's not biological or from himself.
Myself. But you're pissing on all your stuff, bro.
He like jars of piss in his house, and his mom's like, "Bro, can you just not leave it?" Well, Mom, you want me back, so you gotta be used to this. I'm like,
you want me back? I'd be like, I do not want you back. You can move out. Go.
Piss boy, Pansy, get the hell out of my house.
Piss boy. If he were a superhero, that would be his name. We had somebody when I lived in the dorms in college. Somebody was leaving pee jars.
Yeah, that's what this guy does.
In the hallway and in the stairwell. We had a pee jar we found. And it's like, who's just pissing in their room and leaving these random jars out everywhere?
That's crazy.
It was really annoying. So we'd have to put gloves on and collect the pee jars and throw them away. Like, man, I don't get paid enough for this.
Right.
I was a pee garbage man for like
that's crazy.
a few months. And we never figured out who it was either.
I remember peeing in a can on a party bus going to a Seahawks,
well,
a Seahawk Niner game, and I handing the driver because I was going to throw it away because they stopped for us to go pee, and I pissed in the back of the bus in this can, and it was very hard to do. By the way.
I'll bet.
And all I know is when I was getting off the bus, the fucking guy's like, "You can't take open containers off the bus," and I'm like, "Well, I was just going to throw this away," and he's like, "No," and I'm like. I looked at him. I looked at the fucking can, and I was like, I shrugged my shoulders, like, all right. And I handed it to him, and he touches it, and he's like, because it was warm.
Yeah.
And the beer cans that they gave us were ice cold because they were in ice.
I know what this is. Did he let you take it?
No.
Wow.
He grabbed it because I was like coming off the bus. There was a garbage can directly in front of me, and he goes, no, you can't. I was like, no, well, I was just gonna throw it away. He's like, basically no, and I'm like. All right.
When you came back, was it going?
No. I just remember Gabe peed in that bus, but he peed on the seat in front of himself. Of
course he did.
I was like, oh my God. Anyway, you guys have a good day.
Yeah, man. You guys have a good
I'm sure
weekend.
wives are like wanting to go eat at your mom. Mm-hmm. Not your mom's, but at movies.
Pretty much.
She's like our mom.
She's a good woman.
Yeah, she is.
All right, everybody. Have a good week.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, take care. I just end it like that all the time, don't I? It's over.
No,
Get out of here.
You guys don't want to hear us anymore. All right.
Bye. Bye, Daddy.